My name is Dr. CJ Huff, former superintendent of schools in Joplin, Missouri. Served as an educator for about 20 years in the state of Missouri. I came to Joplin in 2008. I was working with kids every day and teachers, and we were doing some great things in the schools for our community. And on May 22nd, 2011, that happened to be our graduation day. It was a Sunday afternoon, and we held our graduation ceremonies on Sunday at 3 o'clock and promptly into those at 5 o'clock. And at 5:41, our entire world of Joplin changed around us. Everything that we knew was gone. EF5 tornado came through town, just ripped through the heart of our community. Spent 32 minutes on the ground, killed 161 community members, did over $3 billion worth of damages to our community. Still remains today. It's the most costly tornado in U.S. history. And our school district was heavily damaged. We had 10 of our 19 schools were either damaged or destroyed. And when the dust settled, if you will, and we came out from under the rubble and started assessing the damage, it was beyond anything I think any of us could have ever imagined.
There was a lot of fear in the community, and it was really hard to see past all the destruction and the rubble. And there was a lot of feeling of aloneness, and no one really knew what to do.
When FEMA first came into town, and they said that it's very likely that we would lose a third of our student body, a third of our families would move away. And as we thought about that, we're like, what do we need to be doing to make sure that doesn't happen?
And I still remember having someone come to me and say, Kim, you really need to take this call. This is from someone that says they're with the UAE.
I remember, a conversation early with Kim, I want to say within 2 or 3 days of our disaster. And she came to me, she said, CJ, I got this interesting call from the UAE. They're wanting to donate some resources to help support us in our recovery effort. And as I think back on that moment, I remember the first thing that came to mind is why. I couldn't believe it. It was just kind of a surreal moment, I guess, in that recovery.
But I do remember he just stopped, and for a moment there was silence, and who knows what was going through his mind at that moment.
And so that was really my first realization that this was kind of a big deal, not just nationally but internationally.
He realized rather quickly, as did I, that this was serious, and it was different. There was something different about our interaction with the UAE from some of the other donors we had interacted with.
The United Arab Emirates said, hey, we'd like to donate to support your recovery effort. There was a condition for that donation, and that condition is that we don't want you to build back as you were. We want you to think about what you want to become, and if you had visions and dreams for the kids in your community, what would that look like? And we want you to use those funds to build back better than you were before. As we looked ahead to what we wanted next, that logical next step for us was to roll out that one-to-one initiative. He said, that's it. That's how we want to use our funds from the UAE to support that. When we started talking about this one-to-one initiative, and just a few weeks after the disaster, the kids started thinking, is this real? Is this I remember talking to kids. There's a rumor, we're gonna get MacBooks. Is that true? And I'm like, yeah, it's true. And they were so excited about that.
I can't effectively put into words how it cemented the fact that we're all just people, and we may grow up with different teachings or different experience in life, but when it boils down to the basics, we're just people.
And then when we opened up the new school year and over 95% of our kids returned, one of the superintendents called me and congratulated me, and he said, CJ, I think we lost a few students from our community to yours as a direct result of what you guys have been able to accomplish there. With the UAE, it's an ongoing relationship. We continue to have friendships at the embassy, and every time we come out to Washington, D.C., we try to stop by the embassy and visit our friends there and enjoy a cup of tea.
We've developed friendships and a knowledge about a country halfway around the world that I probably never would have known much about, and I hold it very dear to my heart and have created friendships that really will last a lifetime.